Basta dapat bahala ka ba subscribers? Basta sofa. Oh. Actually, first time dyan akong gibuhat guys ng magbaglod sa akong noun kay usually pulbos na yun na ako Sagasa ko na dyan ko'y pulbos kani kamamang niya actually. That Murag na kaya kung noun sakto ba kani hindi ka ati murag bangga sa abuhan.
Isang dalagang Pilipina.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Uy, ginoo ko. Wala na dami gamirida, oy. Kaputi ba, ani? Signos na ba? Ay, da. ThinkerJay's.
So, what's the difference between advice, advise, and advice, advice?
For me, the difference between advice with an S and advice with an C is advice with an S is a verb that to recommend or to give information to someone. On the other hand, advice with an C is a noun, an opinion or recommendation offered as a guide to action.
About my thoughts on these two words, advice with an S and advice with a C. I guess probably the spelling man siguro, no? Obviously.
Advice is your suggestions or opinions about someone should do, while advice is your suggestions or opinions about someone what should be done.
Ang advice na C is ang imuhang opinion mismo nga gihatag unsay angay buhaton sa usa ka tawo, while ang advice nga S is ang imong action sa paghatag og opinion unsay angay buhaton.
Advice with letter C and advice with letter S. Kay para nako ang advice with letter S mao na siya exact term nga gamiton. If example mo kag pulong sa imong kauban o unsa iyang dapat buhaton, mura gani ka nang imong tagan og pamagi if na siya kuan, na siya ikalibgan mao nang makakuan siya og advice. Then sa advice nga letter C galibog ko if unsa kay para nako mura mag same sila.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is ThinkerJay. Today I have decided to ask random friends online regarding their opinion about these two words that we are going to tackle today. This topic was raised by one of my subscribers. And also, if you have suggestions for our next video lesson, please do so by dropping it in the comment section. It is a way for me to express my gratitude for all your support. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And don't forget to click on the notification bell for you to keep updated on my most recent videos. Now let us begin our discussion on these two words. The first difference is the pronunciation. This word is pronounced as advice. Advice. This word is pronounced as advise. Advise. Again, this word has an S sound, advice, while this word has a Z sound, advise. Can you read these words again? Louder. This word and this word. Now, their second difference is the part of speech. When we say advice, it is a noun. And when we say advise, it is a verb. We all know that a noun is a name of a person, place, or thing. Usually, the noun functions as a subject or an object of the sentence. For example, my mother gave me a piece of advice. My mother gave me a piece of advice. In that sentence, mother is our subject, gave is our verb, and advice there functions as the object of the action or the object of the preposition of. You can't say, my mother gave me an advice. We can never use the article an because advice is an uncountable mass noun. It can never be counted. We can only use the articles a and an if we are referring to countable nouns. For example, a pen, an apple. Those nouns can be counted. Therefore, we can use a and an. But advice is uncountable, so we can never use an for that. Instead, we can say, thank you for that advice, or thank you for the piece of advice. Do not say, thank you for an advice.
Another important thing that you have to consider in using the word advise is that it doesn't have an S form. The singular form advise and its plural form have the same word. Do not add an S to it to make it advises. Just like with the words equipment and water. We don't say equipments in referring to plural form, and we don't say waters. We just say water, and we just say advise. Next, we have the word advise. It is a verb, which means to recommend something. We all know that a verb is an action word. It is a moving word. And we have to be very cautious about it because it can either go S form or base form depending on the subject. If the subject is singular or just one, then we add an S to it and it becomes advises. For example, the vocal coach advises the singer not to sing the same song again. So the subject there is coach, or the complete subject is the vocal coach. And since there is only one subject, there is only one person that is being referred to, so that is why we use S form of the verb, which is advises. But if we are going to modify or change the subject into vocal coaches, the vocal coaches, it will become advise, because vocal coaches, the word is plural. So therefore, the verb should be in the base form. And if we are referring to an event that happened in the past, then it should be transformed into past form, and it will become advised. The vocal coach advised the singer not to sing the same song again. And usually, if we are referring to past events, there should be a past indicator, like the vocal coach advised the singer not to sing the same song last week, in order for us to know exactly that the action was already taken place sometime in the past. If the subjects he and she are used, always take singular verb. He advises, she advises. And then the plural noun for he and she is they. So they take a plural verb, advise. They advise. Do not use the subject it when you are going to have advise as a verb, because to give a piece of advice is an ability that only people are capable of doing. We all know that it refers to animals, objects, or ideas. And take note, if the person receives a piece of advice, the person is called advisee. Advisee.
And if the person gives a piece of advice to someone, the person is called advisor. So you should know exactly your role if you are the advisee or you are the advisor. I'll give you a sentence for each of the words. Let's begin with advisee. My classmate and best friend always loves to listen to me. So every time he encounters difficulties in life, he always comes to me as an advisee. Now let's have the word advisor. My English teacher used to be my excellent advisor. So that's the difference. Now I have 5 sentences, and I would like to give to you these sentences one by one, and I'll give you 5 seconds to give an answer that I'm going to reveal right after if you are right or wrong. The first sentence is, the correct answer is advise as a noun. Advise. Number 2. The correct answer is advises. Since the subject is she, it is singular. Therefore, we need an S form of the verb. Number 3. The correct answer is advised. Advised. You might be asking, ThinkerJ, why are we using the past participle form of the verb while in fact there is no past indicator? It's because it is preceded by the be form of the verb, and the rule says the be form is followed by the past participle verb. Number 4. The correct answer is advised, because there is a specific past indicator, last week. The correct answer is advisor. We are referring to the person who gives a piece of advice. So guys, there you are. You just did an excellent job. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to click on the notification bell in order for you to keep updated on my latest videos. Thank you so much.
Dapat mahalaga mag-subscribers. Basta shop pa. Actually, first time ko lang umibuhat guys ang nabadot sa kong noun kay usually bulbos na kailangan ha. Sa asa ko lagi ko bulbos kami. Kamama ni actually. Yeah. Woo! Bakit ko akong noun sakto na kanin mo. Dito ka atin mo rin napanggas.